They say there's no place like home for the holidays, but not if you have to shell out some serious cash to get there. And we're not even talking about Thanksgiving airfare. If you're planning on driving home next week, you'll be paying a lot for your trip. Chicago Consumer Services Commissioner Norma Reyes is looking into Seattle's program, which gives drivers the option to charge customers that extra fee that corresponds with gas prices. Students can eat everything from vegan pancakes to chickenless nuggets, and they'll even have a tofu pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. Consequences for drinking underage are not nearly as bad as being caught with a fake ID. So, if you're caught drinking and an officer asks to see your ID, don't pull out the fake one. It could be the difference between a fine and some serious jail time. While students deal with debt, Evanston shoppers might have to dig deeper into their wallets as well. Cook County Board President Todd Stroger proposes more than tripling the county's share of sales taxes today. While it's sometimes lost in the hype of Halloween, Day of the Dead is an annual event that celebrates the lives of the deceased. Hillary Green takes a look at how this upcoming holiday and other practices can help one deal with death. Split conditions aren't the only problem, it's the ice itself. And although it may look pretty, its weight is what's dangerous. They're picking about that many per day. Like this scorpion here at Kentucky Wesleyan. Experts say it's a myth that there are panthers in this area. It's as easy as opening the door and walking in.
This isn't the only holiday tragedy this church has seen.
The economy has attendance at local fairs going up.
It looks like that is not the case as of right now. It seems like it's been a call that the airport made.
The vaccine is still a work in progress. After it's finished, it still has to be approved by the FDA.
When we got here, the pastor of Macedonia Baptist Church told us that two men were trying to find a drainage pipe in the back of the church. A man is dead after falling 100-some feet into a boiler. During that 911 call, you can hear dispatchers repeatedly asking about the weapon. We still have our water utilities and a cool down overnight for those of us without air conditioning. OMU officials and about 20 customers are here at this public hearing behind me. We could be seeing more carnival rides and less alcohol.
The city has been wanting to purchase this 17-acre riverfront property for some time. Little lights will be going out here at Goldie's after Saturday night, but Goldie herself, the namesake, will have her last performance on New Year's Eve live at Goldie's Best Little Opry House in Kentucky. Sarah Lovett, Fox 7 News.
Right there. Right there.
A little more than a year ago, Jason Koger and his wife Jenny were busy with a toddler and a newborn who had just started sleeping through the night. Then in March 2008, Jason was electrocuted by a downed power line. An ambulance rushed him to Owensboro Medical Health System. Then he was airlifted to Vanderbilt in Nashville.
You know, I know I still got a family. I could have died that day. You know, I mean, it could have been a whole lot worse than what it is. And sometimes, you know, you just got to sit back and you got to think, I can get through it, you know, one way or another.
After 12 days and more than 6 surgeries, Jason returned home with no hands. The couple says nothing was the same.
I mean, I had to learn how to dress myself, everything, you know, that a baby would have to learn. I had to learn everything myself.
I think the first time we tried to go anywhere, it took me 4 hours just to get everybody ready. You know, I had to give everybody a bath. I had to get everybody dressed. Then I had to feed them. You know, I had to feed everybody. It was just that, you know, no spontaneity, let's get up and go.
She always wants to help me.
As time went on, Jason became more accustomed to his prosthetics, with some help from fellow bilateral amputees.
They actually taught me what it took them 16 years to do in 1 week. So, you know, that might have been why I've succeeded so much, because I've listened to other people. I've been in contact with people like me.
But now it's Jason who will be learning things few other amputees know, how to use what are called touch bionic eye limbs.
On the inside of them, the sensors, there's 2 sensors on each side. That's what controls opening and closing of the hand.
Jason is one of only 3 people in the world to have 2 of these limbs. They're made in Scotland, and together they cost $100,000. Jason says it's because of his 2 little girls that insurance is paying.
They got sensors in the hands, and it will not let you allow to press, you know, put a lot of pressure on my kids, especially. So, because I don't have any feeling with them. So, when I grab somebody, I can squeeze as hard as I want, and it won't hurt.
Jason challenges himself every day, writing his name with each hand and playing and winning Jenga. But he says he's still got some learning to do.
You know, the other day I tried to drink Coke with it, and I was holding the Coke, and I went to take it up to my mouth, and I put it in rotate position, and I spilled Coke all over me. But you know, stuff like that's going to happen.
Jason and Jenny say they know Jason could have died that day, and without family, friends, and the community, they may have fallen apart.
You mean hold you?
Now, a year later, Jason's achieved so much. Most importantly, holding his daughter's hands with his own once again.
See, I can grab her as hard as I can, and it doesn't hurt her.
In Davis County, Sarah Lovett, Fox 7 News.
Davis County, you copy up 10-8,
Officers searched through cornfields near Audubon Elementary, equipped with rifles and a police canine, while a helicopter hovered overhead. They were looking for someone who Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Jones called armed and dangerous.
With him running, officers were exercising all necessary precautions in trying to apprehend him as we were searching the cornfield.
Deputies have yet to officially confirm the connection between this man and a perpetrator in an overnight robbery at Whitaker Guns, where he and 3 other men may have stolen nearly $30,000 worth of merchandise. This morning, an area resident called officials saying they spotted a man with a bag full of handguns.
When they arrived, 2 of the detectives observed 2 individuals matching the description that were given, attempted to make contact with them, and when he did, one of the passenger in the vehicle took off running and ran off into a cornfield.
Once Reed took off, it was then sheriff's deputies and Kentucky State Police officers began their intensive search. But after several hours, officials strategically backed off.
We felt like it was possibly, if we backed off just a little, if he was laying down somewhere, that might give him a feeling that he could possibly try to leave the area.
During the search, a source gave police Reed's cell phone number, and after trying to call him several times, once the search died down, he finally answered the phone and offered to turn himself in, but he said he wasn't sure where he was. In Davis County, Sarah Lovett, Fox 7 News.
I said, ma'am, I said, don't wait this long no more. I said, when you know, give it an hour or two. If you don't have power on an hour or two, give us a call. Let us come get you. I feel sorry for you.
The Hopkins County emergency responders have their hands full.
It's something we're going to hear all night long.
Oh, I know it.
Ice is more than an inch thick in some places, and at least 20,000 people are without power. Jeremy McKenzie is one of them.
My grandmother lives here, and she's 83, and we just lost our power, so it's like, what's the next step we're going to do, maybe, if it don't come back on?
The slick conditions aren't the only problem. It's the ice itself, and although it may look pretty, its weight is what's dangerous. It's bringing down tree limbs and power lines all over the place.
If you get out and these transformers are frozen, and if they fall, they will not, may not knock the power. And so the power may be on the ground and arc, and if you're outside and wet, you'll get electrocuted.
Every hotel room in the area is booked. Responders are evacuating medical facilities and homeowners to a local church. Utility workers coming from out of the area will be staying there as well. And according to officials, they may be setting up camp for at least a week. In Hopkins County, Sarah Lovett, Fox 7 News.
Ho, 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 ho.
Just like any other visit with Santa, these children promised they'd been good and told Santa what they hoped to see Christmas morning.
I want a bicycle. You be a good girl, and I'll see about getting you a camera, okay?
Rayanna Hutchins and Zane Starn said they should definitely be on Santa's nice list.
Help my grandma clean my house.
I help my mom.
Laurie Van Kanya teaches preschool through first grade. She says this experience for her students is much more meaningful than actually sitting on Santa's lap.
We've been to the mall, and they'd go to the mall with their parents, but there's always someone between them and Santa Claus, a person interpreting for them. So today they had the opportunity to have a direct conversation one-on-one with a Santa Claus that could understand them.
Van Kanya says video phone technology is changing the way the deaf community connects with the world. She hopes it sends a message.
They need to understand that they are able to communicate and that they do have a natural language of their own.
For kids like Rayanna and Zane, one more Christmas wish is for all children to learn sign language. In Owensboro, Sarah Lovett, Fox 7 News.